Hi everybody, it's MxRheyRhey and welcome back to another video. I don't know if this is a Watercolor Wednesday yet for me personally or an Abstract Wednesday because I have another Paletteful pack box. Depending on what is in here and how well you guys like this video, this might be the last one. This is the October 2020. Because I don't really do a lot of videos on this channel a month yet, I don't want this to be, this would be like every fourth or so video if I were to do this continuously. So until I can start doing more videos later, this one will actually probably be the last one for a while. But I was really excited with the last one with all the watercolors. This one obviously will probably, sorry, there was a fuzz in my face. This one will obviously probably be different. I don't know what's inside it yet. I just got my knife to open it early. So without rambling on any further, let's open and see. My eyes are closed and it's little crimpy paper to make me even more suspenseful. First off, let's open this. Okay, so ink, walnut ink for pen dipping, colored ink, acid-free, natural walnut color drawing ink, excellent ink for dip pens or brush. So this is walnut colored ink. Ooh, there's pigment in there, not just dye, so that's a good, well, it's Daniel Smith. So okay. I think I have an idea of what this October 2020 box is for. Some more brushes. Gold Talcon. Is this the same? Are these the same brushes that I got last month? No, they are not. Okay. They are synthetic golden talcon for acrylic, watercolor, and tempera. So around, and a shader. The 6 is the shader. I want to open this up, but I'll wait. I want to see what else is in here. I want to keep it a mystery, so I'm going to keep this in here. But okay. I have to calm down. I am in love with calligraphy, even though I don't practice it as much myself. Okay, so these are artist dip pens, the F12 nib and F13 EF. So it's Speedball. Ooh, okay, sticker. I like the sticker. Walnut edition. So walnut is October-y fall, so I get the theme here. Goes with the month. Ooh, I can add, I have this one already, but I love that I can add another one to my collection. This is the pen holder that you add the nibs to, so it'll be good to have more than one. I feel, okay, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here. Paletteful Tips and Prompts Walnut ink is water soluble and transparent, which means it works a lot like a watercolor and can be diluted with water to achieve lighter tones. To create darker tones, repeatedly layer the walnut ink after it has dried until you get the desired tone. So they're gonna ask me to sort of do like a monotone work today. The prompts were mushroom, bird, tree in autumn, or witch. Very October-y, kind of fall-y, autumn spooky. Well, one of them is literally tree in autumn. So these are all my go-tos. I love witchy stuff. I love mushrooms. I love birds. I love autumn. Autumn is like the best season for my... Ooh, I missed something. Okay. Eve pipe. Sorry. I'm like all excited for this box. Faber-Castell Pit Artist Pen Brush, a walnut brown. So it's a pen brush. So, ooh, look at that little fine point. It's so pointy. I'll see in the paper if it's a malleable brush pen or not. Ooh, okay, so we're going with the Strathmore paper this time. That's great. 400 series, I can tell just from the brown. I'm very familiar with Strathmore, so let's just close this box a little. N. Okay, first page of the notebook. Let's use, sorry, I'm left-handed. If this were to like rub against my hand, I would like throw a fit. Pitt Artist Brush Pen, Walnut Brown. Ooh, I already like Pitt. If I can like do really thin strokes, I get like these. You can't even kind of read that on the camera thing. So Pitt, let me. You guys need to see. Okay, so going lefty a little bit. That is not a W rayon. Oh my god, I don't know how to do W's. Okay, so this is technically supposed to be India ink, waterproof. So let's try that out by making a very little easy box. And then once that feels it is properly dry, I really like this pen. It kind of doesn't give all the way like a normal brush, but I need to learn how to work with that. So let's try out the smallest round brush first when it comes to the brushes, but I really just want to use the pen. I'm excited to use calligraphy pens. They're giving me permission to use calligraphy pens. I usually like monitor myself on how many different medias I'm using at a time, because if I'm using all of them at once, I'm not learning how to use any of them. But this one is specifically pens, mostly pens. So I'm going to learn how to use a pen. Okay, actually, no, I'm left-handed. Gosh dang it. So I think I'll write in here on pencil first, just in case I'm using these incorrectly. Get well in there. I don't think I got all of the ink off. There's like none in here at all. I think I will need to use a hot water bath for these, because they just, look at that. I bet if I were to shake this up, it would fall all on the paper, because that well in the middle of there is supposed to be filled with ink, and it is not. So practice loops. See, I kind of know calligraphy. My downstrokes are thin and my upstrokes are long, like dark, thick. So let's try a reverse. Okay, yeah, now I'm running out of ink now. I've ran out of ink. In the meantime, let me see how the brush works with this ink. It's a lot more subtle. It makes me feel like I need to, what do you call it? Dip the brush in the ink a little more often. I guess maybe because I'm thinking of needing like a darker actual walnut color. It came out pretty clean. Like it's all yellow again, so I guess as long as I don't keep the brush out for very long, it won't get the brushes like stained. Okay, so that was the one. I kind of want to see what it looks like with the shader. Let's just do a tiny dip because it's already running upward as ink and water does with nylon brushes. It's a nylon, right? I can't remember. And cleaned off, but then like wet it again. I just need the brush to be clean before I wet it again. I don't want any kind of like, actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's get down. Will this bleed through? Has it bled through already? It has not. Okay, so let's get a little light wash of water down. Very, very light, because this is not watercolor paper. This is drawing paper. And see how it bleeds? It's probably already going to bleed through now. but I just needed to see how that worked. It actually looks like a coffee stain. Nope. Okay, yeah, this is pretty waterproof then. Nice. I'm excited. This is exactly what I was looking for when it came to making my watercolor palette. I wanted something that I could do line art with first and then like messily add watercolor, because I like the look of some like semi-messy watercolor paintings. It's kind of like my thing. This is actually looking more like coffee than walnut, but let me close this off so it doesn't dry off anymore. Wait for that to dry a little bit and then see how the layering process goes. Okay, so I couldn't get the water as hot as I needed it to, so I kind of just got the water as hot as I could and then got like my brush cleaning soap and let them soak in that for a little while stirring it up a little. So it works a little better. I can use a lot more, well, I could use more ink in the wells this time than before, but I think what I'm gonna have to do is probably use like heat to get all of it off and then wipe it off, but that will have to do it later. So I think I'm mostly just probably going to do what I am most comfortable with and just use the brushes to do the drawing. Okay, yeah, that's just all in there. Let's do another layer just like in here to establish a second one. It's a little darker. Maybe it's just because the brush is still a little damp, so it's lightening it with also water. Still, this isn't bleeding through though, so good on for the Faber-Castell India ink pen. It layers on itself when it's wet. I don't understand why. Sometimes when it's dry, it doesn't work that way. It does smudge when I do this, so maybe it's because there's more ink on this one than before, but there's a little bit of the smudgy smudge when it comes to layering, so I'll have to be careful to work from light to dark, most often like a watercolor. And I'll show you guys what a monochromatic brown autumn themed calligraphy ink work looks like. So I'll see. Okay, so what I decided to do for this monochrome sketch is, let me turn down this music a little bit because it's distracting me. I decided to do a little latte art because I just couldn't get over the fact that this was more of a coffee brown to me than a walnut brown. I mean, like, I live around walnuts. I don't really eat walnuts. There's a bit of an allergy in my family. So it could be a walnut brown and I'm just misinterpreting it or drinking the wrong kind of coffee. But I decided to go like halvesies with the prompts. The little latte art is going to be of like a little witch's hat and like some magic floating around. I really enjoyed this box. Once I was having a little difficulty with the brushes. I'm not used to synthetic like brushes anymore, or at least this kind of synthetic brush anymore. So the having to redip my brushes in ink always felt like a little tedious to me, but I can just relearn. I can get used to it. The pen itself, I decided just to do as an afterliner, but I really enjoyed it. It's now like sitting on my desk with the rest of my pens so I can use it for regular use. But overall, like, yeah, this box was like really nice. I felt like I could be creative with a monochromatic sort of palette, I guess you could say. But it was nice to use. Having an excuse to practice calligraphy again with dip pens was the best ever. I'm going to be using it actually a lot more regularly. I think I told you guys this in the last video. I'm going to be using it a lot more regularly with my paintings in particular, but just because I really like the idea of like watercolors and then black or colored outlines along with the paintings. It just feels I don't know, very like cutesy and sort of illustration-y, and for now I guess it makes it easier for me to feel like I don't have to like confine within the lines of coloring and anything like that, so it's just, it feels nice for me. But this was my little witchy latte art. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys liked this video and you can bear with me through all of it, I really appreciate it. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful October.